Hello there. Happy Thursday. Oh my goodness. This week is flying by. Comment and say hello if you're watching. I will get started in just a second. All right. Hello. Comment and say hi if you're watching. My name is Olivia Himmel, and I'm so excited. I haven't done one of these in a little while, it feels like. And I just love coming on here once or twice a month and sharing my story in Mary Kay, because I do this as my full-time career. And I know that that's not a normal, quote unquote, normal thing to hear about somebody in direct sales. And so I love to kind of debunk some of the myths, answer any questions about our business. So also we are doing a prize drawing, a free product giveaway. You can earn a box of free hydrating sheet masks. Oh my gosh, they are so heavenly. And there's 8 masks in a box and you get them for free. But you get entered into the prize drawing by asking me questions in the chat. So ask me questions, try to stump me. Save your product questions for later, but stick to questions about my personal journey in Mary Kay, questions about our company, about our business model, because I want to talk about what you want to talk about. Okay. So comment and say hello if you're here, because all of our live viewers were offered a free gift from their consultant just for being on and tuning in and watching tonight. So make sure you comment and say hello so that we know to honor your gift. So I'm just going to start by sharing a little bit about my story in Mary Kay. I actually grew up in a Mary Kay household. My mom did Mary Kay part-time, never at like a high executive level or anything, but I was introduced to the company and exposed to our culture from a very young age. And I am so grateful for that because I'll be honest with you, everybody. Hey, Amy. I don't know that I would have ever considered Mary Kay in my adult life had I not grown up around the company. In my adult life, early adult life, I'm talking college years, right after college when I decided to make Mary Kay actually my full-time career. I was a people pleaser and I was really, really worried about what other people thought of me. So I don't think I would have considered direct sales because it wasn't like the expected thing for me to do. It wasn't the normal thing for me to do. And, it had nothing to do with what I went to college for. So I do believe that it was in God's plan for me to be born into a Mary Kay household, to grow up being surrounded by the culture and understanding the values of this company and understanding our business model, so that when I got to that point in my life where I was at a crossroads and deciding what to do for a career, I already had Mary Kay's a little bit embedded within me. And so I went to college, and once I graduated, I was really, like I said, at that crossroads, and I was really second guessing if I could work in corporate America for the rest of my life. And please, hear my heart. So many people love their jobs in the corporate world. I'm not going to put a blanket statement and say corporate America is terrible, because it's not. I mean, a lot of people truly love what they do, and I think that's fantastic. To be in Mary Kay, you absolutely do not need to have my journey of doing this full time. Actually, 90% of our consultants do this alongside another full time career or going to school, raising a family, staying home with their babies, sometimes all of the above. And so it's a much more normal thing for people to do this as their supplemental income or as their kind of fun money. Or for a lot of women, it's like their thing. It has nothing to do with their career, it has nothing to do with their husband, it has nothing to do with their kids. It's just something for themselves to grow their own confidence and to have fun. So you absolutely do not need to hear my story and think like, oh my gosh, so to be in Mary Kay, I have to like quit my job cold turkey and just start a business. No, but that was my story since I had grown up around Mary Kay, and I loved that our company was still family owned. We're celebrating our 60th anniversary this year. We're still a privately held company. Mary Kay Ash, our founder, her grandson actually was just appointed our CEO as of January 1st this year. So that's so exciting. We still have her legacy, thriving throughout our company. And for any of you watching who just really enjoy learning about history or important people or influential people in history, I would encourage you to get Mary Kay Ash's autobiography, or you can look up her story on wherever you listen to podcasts, the Mary Kay Ash story. She was actually named the #1 female business entrepreneur in American history. And you know who the male counterpart to that is? Henry Ford. Yeah, the inventor of the automobile. So, pretty great class to be in. And she just has a really amazing story. And I honestly believe our company would not be what it is if she had not started it. And she started it in the early 60s to give women an opportunity that didn't really exist at that time for them. You know, women did not have the same opportunities as men in the corporate world. And they often had to choose between having a family and having a career, and were often looked over for promotions, and men were picked over them because they had families to support. And so Mary Kay she suffered a lot of those discriminations personally in the workplace. So she actually went out and did something about it. She was such a catalyst for women. And so 6 years later, still owned by her family, still a privately held company, we still uphold our founding principles: God first, family second, and career third. And the golden rule: do unto others as you'd have them do unto you. And so I'm so grateful to be a part of a company that I can fully back and stand behind. You know, everything, because I'm not an employee of Mary Kay. I'm a 1099 independent contractor. So I don't work for Mary Kay, the corporation. But I love that I can fully stand behind Mary Kay, the corporation, and say they do everything the right way. I mean, the impact that this company has made around the world. I mean, I read something a couple years ago where they were in extremely rural, impoverished parts of China, building schools where little girls could go to schools and learn how to read. I mean, that's the type of impact that Mary Kay's company has had around the world. And so I'm so humbled and honored to represent her brand, and I represent it proudly. And so, going back to my story, then when I was graduating college and I was having those second guesses, because I've always been a freedom and flexibility type of person. Like, I like doing what I want to do when I want to do it. And it's not to say that I can't follow rules, because I definitely was a rule follower growing up, but I hated following the rules. Like, I always had a lot of resentment towards my job and a lot of resentment towards going to school, even though I excelled in all things, because I had a little bit of a perfectionism problem, which I do believe perfectionism is a problem, but that's a story for another day. And as a people pleaser, so I always want to do stuff the right way, but I always did it with this underlying sense of like resentment and bitterness, and like, I don't want to be here. So I always felt like I was putting on a facade, and that I never really truly fit um, in anything that I was doing. And it honestly wasn't until I came into Mary Kay where I was like, wow, I really truly feel like I'm at home here. And I love being self-employed. This week I was just driving around, running my errands, going to the gym in the middle of the day. My husband is also self-employed, and he was able to, he's a former Marine. So he was able to take off 3 days from work and fly to North Carolina to go to one of his buddies' retirements at Camp Lejeune. And I was just driving around and thinking, like, I honestly love my life. Are there people in the world who have, fancier houses than me, and a bigger paycheck or whatever? Absolutely. I mean, don't get me wrong. Mary Kay pays us very generously, and I'm very grateful for the way that it supported my life for the last 10 years now. But I just love my life, that I have all this flexibility. And I think back to when I did have that full-time corporate job, or when I was going to school and just doing stuff that I felt really no fulfillment in, no greater purpose in, didn't feel like I was really able to use the gifts and talents that God gave me, and wasn't really working in my sweet spot or in my strengths, so to speak. Even though I was good at what I did, it just never felt right. And so I'm just so grateful that I truly feel like I'm at home in Mary Kay and the lifestyle that my Mary Kay business has provided for me. And so I had gone to a couple bigger Mary Kay events with my mom when I was in college, where I was introduced to so many women who did do this, because my mom just did this part time. So, and I was always a really high achiever. And if I was going to be in Mary Kay, I was going to do it for career level. As I said, there's part time, there's side hustle, supplemental income level, and then there's career level. So I knew that if I was going to do it, it was going to be me my career because I was kind of unsure what I wanted to do for my career. And I saw that these women were like me because, I love my mom. She's a wonderful person, but she and I are really different. I'm kind of more like my dad. I'm for sure a daddy's girl. And so I needed to see women who I could more personally relate to. And I got that when I went to these bigger Mary Kay conferences, which we have our 60th anniversary coming up in person in Dallas, Texas in July. Life-changing event. So any of our consultants who are watching, or any of you who are guests and you've ever considered Mary Kay as an option for you, get signed up, get your flight, go to Dallas in July, because if you go to Dallas, that will 100% help you decide if you're meant to be in Mary Kay or you're not meant to be in Mary Kay, because it is it changed my life. Because I went to events like that, I was able to make that choice and say, I really think that this is something that I need to for myself. I need to try this for myself. And so I ended up walking away from my first full-time job out of college. I did take my first full-time job, and it just kind of confirmed all the fears that I had and hesitations that I had about that career path that I had, worked really hard for in college. And I decided to walk away and pursue my Mary Kay business full time. I had started working Mary Kay part time on nights and weekends. This is when everything was done in purpose. Obviously, this is long before COVID, and I just really fell in love with the women who were mentoring me. I was a recent college graduate, and I really looked up to these women who were, 2 or 3 times my age, and I wanted to be like them. And I couldn't honestly necessarily say that about some of the women who I worked for and worked with in corporate America. I wanted, to have the energy and the joy and the passion and the health in not only their physical body, but in their mental health, their spiritual health, the health in their relationships and their marriages. I mean, I looked at these women in Mary Kay and thought, like, wow, if anything, I just want to be like these women, and I want to be around them more often. And I can honestly say today, now almost 10 years into growing my career in Mary Kay, having been in close proximity to these women who are just cut from an entirely different cloth, has absolutely formed me into the person who I am today. And I just know that I would be a completely different person without these Mary Kay ladies. They are women of high class. They are so smart. They are strategic. They are kind. They are loving. They're effective, like all the things that just emulate a woman who is successful and excellent in all arenas of life without sacrificing her family for her career or vice versa. And so all those things really drew me to Mary Kay. But then on the other side, it's our business model. So I'm a numbers person. I never enjoyed going to school, as I said before, but if I ever had to really be pressed to pick a favorite subject in school, it would have been math. And I did take a business minor when I was in college, really enjoyed my finance classes and things like that. So I just love the strategy and like the crunching of numbers. And our business model is simple on Mary Kay, y'all. We are not a multi-level marketing company, meaning that everybody in Mary Kay Cosmetics makes the same exact commission on their product sales. It's 50%. That's the highest across the board in the direct selling industry. And we are direct sales, meaning I buy my products directly from Mary Kay Inc. They come directly to me, and then I sell them at a profit or whatever price I choose. If, like, I'm running a little sale right now for my customers. And that was simple for me. Like, there's no filtering up and down lines of commissions or products. And I think everybody can do half in their head. And our average Mary Kay appointment, which a lot of them are done virtually now, I probably work like 80 to 85% virtually now. And I, believe it or not, am a natural born introvert. I was very shy growing up. Now, being shy and being introverted are two different things. I don't really think we ever grow out of our introvertedness. It's just, do you get your energy from being around other people or from being alone? I definitely get my energy from being alone. But being shy is, I don't feel comfortable talking to other people, right? And that's how I felt, growing up and into my early adulthood. And I'm really, really grateful that being in this positive, encouraging environment in Mary Kay, because you only grow when you have to step outside your comfort zone, right? And being a business owner definitely makes you step outside your comfort zone, especially if you're a shy person. And I'm just so glad that Mary Kay encouraged that out of me. And I can honestly say I'm no longer a shy person. I feel comfortable and confident going into any room with anybody who I don't know, have never met yet, and figuring out how to strike up a conversation. And I could have never said that 10 years ago. And so that's just a great example of the personal growth that you get to experience in Mary Kay. And oftentimes our consultants who do this alongside another full-time job, or even college students who are building their resumes. One of the consultants in my unit right now, top consultant, she joined Mary Kay when she was a freshman in college, and she just graduated. Shout out to Michelle if she's watching. And the skills that she learned from being in Mary Kay, oh my gosh, just priceless. And I wish I had been in Mary Kay or taken full advantage of my Mary Kay business when I was in college. It would have made a big difference for me, I think, in job interviews, performance on the job, things like that. And so anyway, so many arenas for personal growth, and women often attribute that the ways that they grow in their Mary Kay business spill over into the other areas of their lives, their careers, their homes, the way they raise their kids, their relationship with their spouses. I mean, it's just incredible. The list goes on and on. And so I started building my business really full time fall of 2013, and promoted myself into leadership and earned my first free car. And I have been driving free cars with Mary Kay since 2015. Almost 8 years of free cars. And can we be real, everybody? The economy right now is rough. It is a tough time in America, right? I mean, the prices of cars right now, unreal, just unbelievable. And I humbly say this. I want you to know that I am so grateful for the car program in Mary Kay, because I honestly don't really know how much it costs to buy a car. Like, I ask other people, and I think Dave Ramsey says the average used car payment in America right now is over $700 or something like that. And what would it save your family, or how would it impact your household if you did not have a car payment? And Mary Kay pays for up to 87% of your insurance as well. And we have unlimited miles. So that's a huge savings for American families. And our car program in Mary Kay is second to none. We have the most company cars on the road in America, second only to the United States government. How cool is that? And you can earn a free car in Mary Kay working about 12 to 15 hours consistently with intentional work. And ladies, our company has been around for 60 years. Women have been earning cars with Mary Kay for almost 60 years. So there is a plan. There's a method. There's nothing spectacular or extraordinary about me. But when I came into Mary Kay, our company had been around for 50 years. And so I thought, hey, we've been around for 50 years. Women have been driving free cars for a long time. They must know how to do it. So I bet they have a system figured out. And if I just followed their system, I could probably earn a free car too. And that's it, everybody. It's just a matter of, are you coachable? Are you willing to learn? Are you willing to fail? Are you willing to maybe look silly? And are you willing to just get up and keep going? Because I truly believe that the women who have made it in this company are simply the ones who have the resolve to never quit. They just never give up. That's the only difference maker between me and somebody else who, left their Mary Kay business or walked away or something, is just that emotional management of just getting back up again and getting back up again, not letting my feelings get hurt. And that's really, really the difference maker, and allowing myself to do it the right way, the Mary Kay way. Because I did come into Mary Kay with a little bit of chip on my shoulder, like, oh, I just graduated from Michigan State with a 3.9, and I had, this stacked resume for a college student and all these job offers. I'm, this Mary Kay thing, I got this. I'll show all these ladies. And of course, to my own surprise, my way didn't work as well. And I was like, oh, well, maybe I should just listen to what my mentors are telling me to do. And things, lo and behold, worked out a lot better for me. So all I'm saying, ladies, is those are really the qualities that make a successful beauty consultant. It really has nothing to do with your personality. It has nothing to do with your introverted or extroverted. If you're shy, all those things, it has to do with, are you willing to learn? Are you willing to get a little bit uncomfortable, knowing that short-term discomfort has long-term reward? and long-term gain. Um, Willing to learn, willing to be coachable, willing to be uncomfortable, and willing to just not give up and just to never quit and just to keep going. Because also we sell a consumable product. When I tell people when you're considering a supplemental source of income, pick the 3 economy proof industries. That's alcohol, tobacco, and cosmetics. Cosmetics sounds the most fun to me personally. So I'm going to pick cosmetics. And if you're going to pick a company to be a part of, why don't we pick a company that's family owned, privately held? They've been around for 60 years. They are debt free. Everything's made here in the United States. We make our own products in our very own manufacturing facility. So you know what that means? That means in March of 2020, when everybody had to shut down, we were able to stay open as an essential business because our company, since we have autonomy over our manufacturing facilities, was contacted by the United States government. Hey, can you manufacture hand sanitizer for the hospitals? So there's so much security in being a part of this company. We're in 40 countries around the world. And I mean, we're just backed by Mary Kay's mission of enriching the lives of women and our philosophy of God first, family second, and career third, and the golden rule. And so I'm going to wrap this up, ladies, but it's only $30 to start a Mary Kay business. You can do $30, which is our e-start. You get your Mary Kay personal website and our credit card processing service, so people can go online and shop with you. Or you can do our full starter kit, which comes with that e-start that I just said, but it also comes with a full kit of over $400 of full-size retail products. You get supplies, samples, catalogs, a really cute tote bag, and that's $130. So you can do $30 or $130. Either way, you're the same kind of consultant. It's just you want stuff mailed to you or not. And you're a consultant. And what do you have to lose? Really? We don't have any selling quotas in Mary Kay. So what do you have to lose? I mean, I'm going to challenge you with this thought. Wouldn't you rather just spend $30, 3 little $10 bills, to get your Mary Kay consultant ID, just see what happens? With the mentorship of your sales director, I call myself your gift with purchase. You get a business coach in Mary Kay. And let's say you try it out for a short while, a long while, it's not for you. You can at least say, you know what? I didn't really lose out because I just spent $30, but I got my own products at a 50% discount. And I had some fun. I learned something about skincare and about makeup. It just wasn't for me. Or maybe you spend the $30 and it turns into a free car. It turns into a career change for you. It turns into a Disney vacation for your family, whatever you choose to do with your Mary Kay income. Or because you're fearful and you're unsure, you just decide to not spend that $30, and then 5, 10, however many years go by, and you sit back wondering, man, I wonder what would have happened if I would have tried that Mary Kay thing. I'm just going to challenge you with that thought. $30. What do you have to lose? No selling quotas. If you don't order anything at wholesale for a year, your consultant ID just expires. It's kind of like if you forget to go back to Sam's Club or Costco to renew your membership. I've done that. All right, ladies. Well, thank you so much for tuning in. If I am your consultant, please make sure you message me to let me know that you were tuned in tonight, because I'm going to send you the link to the feedback form, which is what gets you entered into the prize drawing. So, or you can just comment and say hi right now in the chat so that we know you're watching. If I'm not your consultant, make sure that you get in touch with her so that you can get credit or your freebie or whatever it is for being on here tonight. But thank you for taking the time to tune in. Have a wonderful rest of your evening, everybody. And I hope to see you on another live broadcast soon. Talk to you later. Bye.